Mike, what does Jamal Parker mean to this defense?
Yeah, he's certainly a guy who's extremely versatile. As I said, this was brought up, I don't know, however long ago it was. Last year, when he got nicked up, the amount of time he spent learning as much as he could about conceptually about the whole thing, defensively, offensively. It was awesome to see, his thirst for knowledge. So you take that, you package that into a stout, good athlete that's, you know, been on the sidelines for a bit and is raring to go. I think you got an opportunity if the roster sees fit to add a guy that's fired up to go and has taken his time, applied himself very differently than a lot of guys.
Does it feel like every year that this secondary has some curveballs thrown its way, and yet you guys kind of figure it out and always kind of ends up working?
Honestly,
in
I've
the end?
never thought of it. I think that's pro football in general. Football in general, there's you got to be ready for the next opportunity, and as a coaching staff, you got to make sure you're teaching everybody. Right?
Dexter Lawson, so far for you, how has it been?
Yeah, he was certainly welcome back. Um, you let him go after training camp, and it's just one of those things where he's the last guy, And so when he's available to come back, he's done a great job for us.
Yeah. How has he made the adaptation? He's been halfback most of his career, but you guys have had him at the corner.
Yeah, he's certainly competitive. I mean, you saw him the last game. He was working real hard and made good on some plays and real close on others. So against a pretty good offense. So yeah.
And just your impression, if I could, of Michael Griffin so far this season.
Yeah, once again, a switchblade type of guy. Really good in all situations, right? Whether he's covering, whether he's hovering around the box, whether he's filling gaps, whatever. He's a guy who can do it all. And when you have, a good pro who's willing to mix it up and do all those things, it's pretty exciting. He's very good for us on special teams too.
Yeah. His size, he's a big dude for the position he plays. Advantages that gives Jordan Younger, that gives Michael Griffin?
Yeah, as long as he can move, then that's what makes it really interesting, right? Because he's a big DB, really, that has the heart to be around the box. So obviously that versatility is very important.
It's a time of year where you want to be peaking, heading into the playoffs. We're getting to that point. Where would you kind of put each of your phases, your three phases of the game, as far as where they are in their development this season?
I think it doesn't matter what our record has been over the years. You're just trying to improve, right?
Are you improving, I guess, in each of the three?
We are. I mean, every time we watch film, win or lose, guys are coming out and applying the corrections and getting a few plays better. No one's happy where we're at, but the reality is here's where we find ourselves, and as long as we keep improving, guys are dialed in to trying to get better, then we're on the right track.
It's always about the next day, I guess. It's never about the past, right?
I don't think you can be fond about living in the past.
No.
Yeah.
Jarius Jackson, he was a pro quarterback for over a decade. He's been a OC in this league, an interim head coach in this league. How much input does he have on game day, on what plays are called?
Yeah, I mean, the call sheet at the come game time is something that you've worked on all week long, and everybody's got input on that. I certainly don't have a lot of input, and rightfully so. The amount of work these guys put in together, the quarterbacks, the offensive players, it's extremely collaborative, as it should be, and the call sheet is just a result of the entire week's process, from immediately post-game or the work you put in trying to break down the film a week or two prior, and the ideas that you've jotted down, sometimes the ideas you've jotted down from the previous year. It culminates in having a call sheet and a game plan, right? Or the game plan and then the call sheet. So everybody is involved in it.
So as a lifelong defensive and or special teams guy, you're much more reluctant to make suggestions to your old guys, your old coordinator. Would that be fair to say? Or?
Oh, you should hear when I make a suggestion what Marty says. It's awesome. We've been around long enough, so he is carte blanche for him to open up on me.
Right.
Yeah, it's good.
But do you ever make suggestions to the offensive coordinator too? You know, we want
Sure,
to see
but
more
it's
of this or
not.
more
It's
of
not
that.
like, oh, I want them to run this and this, and this guy I want him to waggle this way and this. It's not that. No.
What is it like?
What is it like? My suggestions?
Yeah.
Oh, you should ask Marty.
I'm thinking more Jason. What you might suggest to a guy like Jason.
I think we just talk about. For me, it's the situational stuff because you're on the sideline trying to manage a game more than micromanage every play call. Yeah.
Mike, Zach limited today. What are you seeing behind the scenes from him that might be progress?
Anger, usually with Zach. When he gets frustrated and wants to be out there, I'd say that's usually a good indicator that he's really close.
I know there's one still full practice, but would you, at what point of the week do you need to keep giving Chris Streveler the work, or can you still circle back to Zach?
Zach doesn't necessarily need any reps, and if there were certain things he needed to see, he would do it pre-practice or post-practice. Yeah.
Do you see any, sorry, I was just going to say, do you see any advantage to declaring one or the other as a starter, or disadvantage to that? Before.
Oh, they're all pros. I don't think that
for
matters
the
to them.
opposition preparing, I mean.
Nah, we'll just see how he is. Yeah.
Thanks.